Capricorn.
Hello Capricorn, this is your December forecast for 2016 and we're looking at the astrology of this month here. I can see how you were very busy catching up with friends and groups and whatnot there in November. December still also will keep you somewhat busy, even though there's a certain level of you wanting to kind of pull back just a tad bit. And that is because the Sun, Saturn and Mercury's in your 12th house, so there's like a need to recharge your batteries a little bit. Having a little bit more me time perhaps might not be the easiest thing to do in this month, but I see how you're balancing that. Now we have Venus here in the first house, and this is a time when you're just that much more attractive. So yes, you're having people wanting to spend time with you, to see you. So the balance is like this. You also have the new moon here in the first house along with Venus and Pluto. So it's a month where you're really out there. You're in front of everybody, right? The first house is the rising sign energy, and it's the energy you're emitting. So this new moon won't come before later in the month on the 28th in your sign. So happy birthday at that time. And it's going to empower you here, Capricorn, to really make those decisions that are important to you. Okay, the first house is all about me, myself, and I, right? And when you have the new moon here, it happens only once a year. It's a time for you to put down those intentions for what's important to you, right? And Venus has then powered up this house, will have moved on by that time, but Pluto is there. And so make the most out of it, and we're getting close to New Year's at the time of this new moon. So more intentions will be coming in right back to back with this new moon. As we're talking about moons, let's talk about the full moon this month here in the sign of Gemini. And so for you, Capricorn, that will be in your 6th house, which will be illuminated for your work. Not necessarily your career, but how you work, and also time being spent with coworkers. This could be a great time to have an office party, for example, which is the 13th of December. We have a long list of energies, beautiful energies, transits straight throughout the entire month of December. I don't really see a whole lot of challenges at all, but I see a lot of new beginnings. So let's talk about that too. I can start off with just saying that Mars right now is cruising through your 2nd house for money and income. It was there in November as well. So you might have found yourself really looking at the money you're making, how you're making it, what you can be making now in the oncoming year. And so yes, you are crunching numbers, and that's all good because Mars won't be back for another 2 years in this area for your chart. So you want to make the most out of it. Pay attention to where your drive, your energy, your goals are, and then you can absolutely take a step back in the aftermath, because then you've laid the foundation for the next 2-year cycle. But we're starting off top of the month, December 1st, Capricorn, Mars and Jupiter in a beautiful trine. That is the best aspect that we can have. Now, this whole first week of December, we got 3 Mars aspects, and Mars is your dedicated energy towards your goals. So here on the 1st with Jupiter, Jupiter is opening up doors. If there's an opportunity given to you today, you really want to pay attention to it and try to not let it slip by, because this could really grow into something big and beautiful, because Mars is on the 3rd coming into an aspect with Saturn, your ruler, and Saturn always wants to secure and ground something. And it's a 6th house, so if you are accepting a deal or a proposition, whatever it may be, or starting your new business, while Saturn is here to back what Jupiter is wanting to expand. And then on the 6th, you can receive an unexpected surprise here from Uranus. And Uranus here being in your 4th house has to do with family, family members. It has to do with home, real estate. Maybe some of you are signing a deal to move, and in that case you will be happy in this area for a very long time to come. Jupiter there on the 1st, that is from your 10th house. So we're seeing between career, home, and family that things are coming together, and where Saturn has been working behind the veil for you, trying to secure both these things. Now on the 9th, we have the Sun, which is your influence and your energy, which currently is in that 12th house, trying to recharge batteries, right? Is in a nice aspect to Jupiter up there in your career house. So this is also a day which could be a celebration of sorts, maybe a holiday celebration, office party. Like I said here too, that you could have that also on the full moon on the 13th. So you might, be out and about having several things to celebrate this month. Now on the 10th, we have Mercury, which is communication. And Mercury, not only is it in your 12th house here at Capricorn, but it will retrograde on the 19th of December. So it's going to go back into that 12th house and spend some extra time there until January 8th. And it will allow you to tweak and fine-tune certain things of those subconscious desires, hopes, wishes, dreams, and so forth, and also spirituality, and reminding you, picking you on the shoulder, saying, hello, you're always so busy out there, you need to be in here as well. So Mercury is working for you to find that me time space that is important, even though it is a very busy month as such. Now we have on the 10th also the Sun and Saturn conjuncting in your 12th house. So I feel that pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuitions. The 12th house is all about our psychic, intuitive nature. It's ruled by Pisces, and so it's secluded. It's not always what is in the forefront of our mind, but it's listening to that little inner voice which communicates with you. So I'm feeling on the 10th, both these energies are at work, and you can really come to some very good conclusions where you might lock something in, and whatever it is you're locking in on the 10th, it will be with you for a long time to come, since Saturn here is conjuncting the Sun. Then we have the 11th. It's time for surprises. The 11th can be really nice in that aspect, where the Sun and Uranus are coming together in a beautiful trine. So I feel that has to do with you, family members, or home and real estate here today. Then the planets are taking a little bit of a break. We're not really going to see much except for that full moon on the 13th coming in, and also Mercury turning retrograde on the 19th. But elsewise, between the 11th and 24th, not too much taking place, meaning you really want to get all those Christmas presents shopping done prior to, say, the 11th or the 15th, before Mercury goes retrograde, so you don't end up with things that needs to be returned due to funky parts, especially those things that have moving parts. But then you can take a break, and you will feel the sense of luxury, not being stressed right up, towards the end before Christmas, because you will have it all done. Now, this doesn't happen very often, because most times there's always those last minute runarounds, right? But since there's calm from the 11th to the 24th, you're good this year. Now let's talk about Christmas though, because we could see from the Thanksgiving energies that were at hand, they were a little challenging, weren't they? But here for Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, wow, we have a plethora of energies working harmoniously together. So let's talk about the 24th, Christmas Eve, which is celebrated in other parts of the world. Well, we have here Saturn and Uranus coming in with a trine. Now Saturn is conventional, old traditional ways. Uranus is the unconventional, new ways, right? So when we have a fuse and harmonious fuse of these two elements, we might find ourselves making more of an untraditional Christmas celebration perhaps, but still weighing it on the old traditions, but bringing in new inspirations. This really bleeds into what's taking place as Venus and Jupiter are coming together in a beautiful trine. Now Venus is love, it's romance for sure, but it also rules money, it rules gifts, matters of the heart. And with Jupiter so beautifully placed, there's an expansion of joy. So the gifts will be rather luxurious this year. Also here with surprises following along with it, and that is Uranus and Venus sextiling. So it could be a certain present that might come to really excite you, surprise you. I've mentioned to the other zodiac signs here, some of you might even be surprised to be proposed to, or that you will be proposing to somebody, because Venus and Jupiter is the best aspect you can have for marriage and weddings and proposals. And this unexpected surprise of Venus and Uranus at the same time, that could bring things into being, especially because Venus is also sextiling Saturn for longevity, really giving it good grounding and roots for a long time to come. So we can see that any kind of celebration here for Christmas is going to be nothing less than fantastic. On the 26th, it's more like, well, Jupiter has eaten enough food. Jupiter is very generous, right? And it expands everything, meaning also our waistlines. So you might just feel like you don't want to eat. Maybe you want to fast on the 26th, because Uranus is saying, I'm taking a break right now because it's been so great and fabulous. So we have on the 27th, communication. Great day to go back to work if you've had vacation. Mercury is now really starting up with new drive. You're feeling crystal clear. You've been really happy with the holidays. And Mercury is also in a position to negotiate something here on the 27th, as it's lining up beautifully with Mars. Okay, so your motor is up and running. Then, of course, the new moon on the 28th, let's not forget that, in your sign in the first house. Okay, so place your intentions and then hang on to it. Why? Because here on the 30th, we have the Sun, which is your essence, and Neptune coming together in a conjunction. And, no, in a sextile, I'm sorry. And so that has to do with hopes, dreams, visions, and so forth. And, of course, then Mars is also coming into the conjunction of Neptune. And what takes place there? Well, Neptune is your drive. It is your goals, your determination. Neptune, your dream, your vision. So we can see we're ending this year with fantastic energy of hope coming in and vision. And as we're ending the year, it's also the beginning of the new year. So 2017 is starting out with this Mars-Neptune. I will speak more about that in your New Year's forecast for the entire year of 2017, because that is where we will start. What a way to end and begin 2 big seasons. So listen, Capricorn, you have a wonderful December up ahead. Get those Christmas presents done early, and then you will have the luxury of feeling that you have time to really focus on those things that really matter, which is home, family, your loved ones, and so forth. With all that Venusian energy coming in for the holiday, couldn't be better than that. So listen, I love reading for you. Thank you for following in 2016, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.